Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'm bringing you another first-time reaction and lyrical analysis to the song Haunted by Asaf Avidan. If you guys are new to the channel, I certainly encourage you to go check out all of my previous Asaf reactions so that we're all on the same page. But it is such a joy to try to unpack Asaf's work, and he doesn't make it easy, but the thing is, anything that was ever good for us never came easy, so I'm super excited to be checking this out today. I hope you are as well, but before we dive in, a massive thank you goes to Renat the Encouraging for being so generous in making this donation request and unique selection for us today. But now, let's jump into it. Oh, I like these acoustic melodies.
I know you want it, but you're haunted. Talking to a shapeless hearted, leaves you potted. Once you start, it gets to heart. Separated from you. Now you're falling and you're haunting. Ain't nobody hear you bawling while you're broken by the crawling to the river that is calling after you.
Oh my god. That was 40 seconds. We're gonna have to run this back so many times. Wow, from the flourishing in the beginning here to the punchiness and the way that he ends those phrases and the rhyme scheme he follows is not obvious, literally like a rapper.
I know you want it, but you're haunted. Talking to a shapeless hearted, leaves you potted. Once you start, it gets to heart. Separated from you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Now you're falling
and then the
and
punch.
you're haunting. Ain't nobody hear you bawling while you're broken by the crawling to the river that is calling after you.
Oh, I'm vibing out.
Hey, love found another way. Say it came yesterday.
Musical ecstasy.
Yesterday, this time of day. And I could say, if I let go of this ego, I'm a seagull, I'm the wind flow, but I can't go. I need echoes to the confines of myself, so.
And each of those lines enunciated by that huge blast from, I guess what I presume to be the trombone, or maybe a combo of like trombone and tuba.
A seagull, I'm the wind flow, but I can't go. I need echoes to the confines of myself, so on we go.
It finds cinema, then whimsy, then epicness.
I know you want it really hard, and so you're bound to get your heart to a loss of having found it. It is nothing, you found nothing, not a void, but really nothing.
Oh my
like
God.
a substance, like a something, and it's frothing like a fountain, and it's tugging at your heartstring, on you. And so you're haunted by this fault that you evolved into a love unto a river that dissolves all you're resolving. All yourself from you.
Who else? Oh my god, who else but Asaf?
Another way. Say it came yesterday, or yesterday, this time of day. And I could say, if I let go of this ego, I'm a seagull, I'm the wind flow, but I can't go. I need echoes to the confines of myself, so all we are is just soul now. We are constructs that can go far, cause we are so confined, we signal the outside, it bounces back inside and triggers a landslide on me. Understanding myself by reflections of all my projectiles. I know that you cannot relate, I just think, oh Lord,
Those cadences.
that way. Said love would come, never did. Said love would find another way. Yesterday, I said yesterday, I said, oh Lord, I said, oh Lord, I
Bro, every song from Asaf is just like an infinitely passionate statement about life and the self, and I'm gonna run the last whole minute back.
shining myself by reflections of final projectiles.
God.
I know that you cannot relate. I just think of love that way. Said love would come, never did. Said love would find another way.
Into the cry.
Yesterday, I said yesterday, I said, oh Lord, I said, oh Lord, I said.
Oh my god. It's so climactic. Oh, what a great listen. It has all of the familiar melodic rhythmic tropes that we are now knowing Asaf for, because he continues to develop his sound, but the thing is, I mean, and I'm still new to Asaf, don't get me wrong, but even within what I've heard from Unfurl thus far, it is all very cohesive within itself. All of the surrounding instrumentation, it's being used across the different tracks that we've already listened to, especially in the brass, in the strings, even his rap cadence that he's suddenly found extremely strong footing in, because it's not just about singing the song in a very melismatic, melodic, legato kind of way, which works, and we know him for we know that he's able to do that and excels. The thing is, he's choosing to refine his art. He's choosing to make different musical decisions that better serve the song. So it emphasizes each of these lyrics. Each line is very well enunciated. The cadence of that line helps you feel its importance rather than not knowing which syllable or which word may be more or less important. And because Asaf is an extremely dynamic vocalist, he'll always punch in to the most important words anyways. But I think it is even easier to do that in the context of like a rap flow, rap cadence. And the moments where he shifts between different flows are also just so impressive. And for me, I'm not a rapper, but actually, uniquely enough, I listened to so much rap, especially when I was younger, back in high school and early college days. So I'm very familiar with the lyrical rapper world. I would love to hear the takes of other rappers on Asaf's work because I'm always immensely impressed by it. I think think they would be as well. So that was a whole lot about the music at a high level and some of the techniques he employed. We need to jump into the lyrics here. And as I was listening, I was like coming into places of understanding the not getting it. So I'm going to do my best to break this down line by line and see where we land in terms of the holistic meaning here. So, I know you want it, but you're haunted. Talking to a shapeless heart, it leaves you parted. Remember those the way he ended those lines in that rap flow? Once you start it, gets too hard to. So, I know you want it, but you're haunted. Like right there, something about this other person isn't necessarily, let's say, wholesome. There's something more uncanny valley about maybe their approach to the relationship in life, whatever it may be. And I feel like I'm talking to a shapeless heart. You don't even know the love that you have within, and so you kind of live in this like amorphous kind of place. So your shapeless heart leaves you parted. Parted from what? Potentially from me, but just maybe from the concept overall of love. But once you start it, once you actually begin that process of loving, of opening up internally, that the emotions, it gets to hard to separate it from you. So now I'm seeing more of your heart as you put it out there, and I can't disentangle those two things in a meaningful way anymore because you were part logical, part haunted, but now emotional, and that will draw me into you more. Now you're falling and you're all in. And I think part of the way that the lyrics are being delivered here, it's almost like talking about the royal you as opposed to any one other person. But I think we can be flexible in interpreting it both ways because now you're falling into that love. Whatever the misaligned shape of the heart was before, now it's starting to make more sense. But the thing is, ain't nobody hears you bawling while you're broken. Like the times where you're hurting the most and when you're needing it and maybe even crying out is when no one's actually hearing you for real. And honestly, I like relate to this so hard because it feels like the times where I need people to understand me the most is when they are not understanding me the most. And of course, I guess that is just the way it would go logically. Because if you don't feel understood, then the pain of not being understood is extremely felt. But it also shows up in terms of effort on your behalf to be heard properly, and of course the effort of the others to properly listen to. But when you're broken, those both sides of that equation somehow, some way become exponentially harder. Bodies crawling to the river that is calling out to you. So I'm trying to make my way to this loving place for you now, but it's a crawl to get there. It's difficult. It's not easy. Pray love would find another way. Say it came here yesterday, oh yesterday, the time of day. And I could say, if I let go of this ego, I'm a seagull. Whatever thing is keeping me from entering the love fully, eyes wide open, and almost like running towards it, instead I'm crawling towards it, that is the ego oftentimes. Because if you truly love someone, love something, you should be overflowing with that love rather than keeping it to oneself. And it feels like, well, if I'm putting all this love out there, then it should be reciprocated, and therefore I play this kind of psychological game where every bit of love I receive, well, I'll dole it back out because there's that matching. But true love is going to overflow past what is received on the surface. And the thing is, if both members of a relationship are doing the overflowing kind of love in a very earnest way, you're both going to be feeling it. And of course, communication and conversations should happen around all of that so that misunderstandings can be, squashed and that kind of thing. But one's own mindset around love needs to be as free as possible. It's one of the reasons I preach peace, love, positivity. It's so important for our mental. So let go of this ego. And immediately once he's letting go of this ego, he becomes a seagull, free, with flight. I'm the wind flow. Now I can suddenly be easy breezy with my, again, doling out of love. But I can't go. I need echoes to the confines of myself. Oh, this is another like pivot point in the song where it feels like we reached that point of free, overflowing love. But now something again pulls him back. I need echoes. Echoes of what? Echoes of the past? Echoes of something that gives him confirmation and validation? I need echoes to the confines of myself. What does that mean? I need echoes to the confines of myself. I guess I need to understand better what confines of myself means. I'm going to Google this. Confines of myself meaning. restricting one's actions, thoughts, or focus to a specific limited scope within one's own being or experience. Yeah, so the way that I've shackled myself, I need those chains almost to move forward. But that's precisely the thing that keeps you there, is the need to maintain that identity. But a true shift towards a more loving identity would be to completely rid oneself of all of the old vestiges that kept us confined. So I need echoes to the confines of myself. And here the operative word, which may be the contentious word as well, is need. You feel like you need it. But if you want to align yourself with a new loving identity, that need suddenly doesn't have much weight. So I need echoes to the confines of myself. So on we go. On we go, like almost like continually running this like half-baked rat race of love. I know you want it really hard, and so you're bound to get your heart in. Like, I know, I can see that you want to put all of the love into this well, and you're doing your best effort. And because you're doing that, your ego and emotions are attached to your efforts. But that's such a hard position to put somebody else in, too. Because if you're not putting in your effort, then it's unreciprocated for real. So you're bound to get your heart in to a loss of having found it. Bound to get your heart into a loss of having found it. Let me think. Yeah, because like initially this person, they were not necessarily reaching towards love in a meaningful way. And now that they've sort of found the shape of their heart, now you realize there's a loss in discovering that this capacity was there. It's almost like you're grieving the life that you never had. And when you confront the actual reality, you realize there's an abyss there, there's a void, there's a distinct lack of love or effort towards love. And you can become ashamed with yourself, you can feel useless in this avenue of life. It is a very dreadful situation to find oneself emotionally in. To a loss of having found it, it is nothing. You found nothing, not a void, but really nothing. Like a substance, like a something. It is frothing like a fountain and it's tugging at your heartstring. So the quick, like, kind of dichotomy of nothing, but then there's something. Like, you see it, it's empty, and all of a sudden as you engage with it more, as you use it more, maybe there is something actually there. But it's interesting here, he clarifies it is not a void, but there's just nothing there. A void would imply that it is an endless pit of despair, like nothing could be done, implying complete hopelessness. But here it's like, no, the room is empty, but the room can be filled with stuff. Don't worry. It is frothing like a fountain and is tugging at your heartstring, pulling you. And so you're haunted by this valve that you evolved in. I missed how poetic those lines were as I was listening to them because I was like overwhelmed by the poetry and the music. But dude, these lyrics are just so good. They immediately like strike at the core. And frankly speaking, they are rather simple. But to arrive at something this simple takes decades of artistic endeavor and just introspection. It's like that idea of if you're good at teaching something, you should be able to teach it extremely simply and to like a fifth grader or something like that. So you're haunted by this valve that you evolved in. So you are haunted by your own nothingness, your own inability to have progressed the way maybe you would have liked to, but also like the haunting feeling that doesn't have to exist permanently either, because that is a version of the ego telling us that we aren't doing enough, or we aren't being perfect, or X, Y, and Z. We haven't reached some impossible to quantify standard. But we're emotional creatures, and we get haunted by our own thoughts all the same. By this vow that you evolved in, to a love on, to a river that dissolves all your resolve on and all yourself from you. River that dissolves all your resolve and all yourself from you. So what is the river in question? Because this is very metaphorical, but also I'm trying to attach something more literal to it. Maybe this idea of like baptizing oneself in the river. Like in Hindu culture, there's a whole process of baptizing yourself in the Ganges River. Dissolve yourself. Like remove your own ego from yourself is kind of the way I'm taking this. Because who you are, it matters in one sense, but also your need to be yourself, which is a crazy thing to say, is precisely keeping you from being yourself. You see my point? That's crazy. Even if that's wrong, that's crazy. Pray love would find another way. Say it came here yesterday, oh yesterday, this time of day, and I could say, if I let go of this ego, I'm a seagull in the wind flow, but I can't go. I need echoes to the confines of myself, so all we are is just sonar. We gotta change here. All we are is just sonar, just sound. We are constructs that can't go far. Because we are so confined. Yeah, because a lot of the way that we live our life is like with these like invisible shackles on us. The more intention we bring to it, the more we recognize how shackled we were and how liberated we could become, even from ourselves. And constructs can't go far. They're always trapped by something. Some fatal flaw, you may put it that way. Because we are so confined, we signal the outside, it bounces back inside. We signal the outside, so we put our self out there into the external, but it always reverberates, it always comes back to us, because what we put out there is a reflection of ourself. And so it's like an endless loop of being inside and how that manifests externally, and how that external representation manifests again internally and how we perceive it. And triggers a landslide of me understanding myself by reflections of all my projectiles. Damn, dude. I love his lyricism, because now, again, we're having this like dynamic between the external and internal being reflected in a more poetic way, because we project onto the world what we feel internally. But if we can reflect on the way we project, that gives us a better understanding of who we are. And if we have maladaptive behaviors that don't serve us, then that's the place to kind of start and, have those like identity shifts. I know that you cannot relate. I just think of love that way. Say love would come another day. Say love would find another way. Oh, yesterday, I said yesterday. I say. So interesting here. I know that you cannot relate. I just think of love that way. So he's acknowledging that there's this like difference in the way we both perceive love. And maybe there's still a way to find love despite those differences. Because Asaf is viewing it as not only our internal feeling, but what we put out there. And then if we can reflect on what we put out there without ego for real, then the identity shift required to have a more stable and loving relationship where we are unconditionally in love can manifest more easily, rather than, again, being like stuck in our own in our own bodies, in our own minds, like holding ourselves back, so to speak. You could think about like all the times in your life where you feel happiest with another person, oftentimes it's not because you're waiting for them to make you happy. It's because you are generating happiness and love internally and putting that out there for people to receive. And, there's that whole thing of like being selfish, being selfless. If you can be selfless with your love, that is literally like ambrosia for the soul. And that's what we want. We want unconditional love that is supportive of us and who we are, fully accepting of that. And if who we are is an evolving spiritual being, well, we continue to love regardless and lose all of the identities that prevent us from ascending to wherever we need to go. That is an Asaf song for you. I hope you all enjoyed the reaction today. If you did and want to request one yourself, please hit the first link in the description box below. Also, leave a like on the video, drop a comment letting me know what you thought about my interpretation. If you have a better one, I would love to hear your perspectives there. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.